My wife's male best friend disrespected me at my own house. He leaned back in my chair, glass in hand, and smirked at me like he owned the place. "Let's be honest, man," he said, loud enough for everyone in the living room to hear. "She's better off without you." My wife didn't flinch. She laughed with the others. In that moment, I realized something ugly. This wasn't a slip of the tongue. It was a test, a declaration, a claim. I stared at him, my jaw tight, the room closing in. And when she turned to me, eyes sharp, and demanded, "Apologize to him or we're over," I smiled. "Over it is, sweetheart." But that was only the beginning. I wasn't a perfect husband, but I was a loyal one. We built a life brick by brick, my career paying for the house, her charm filling it with friends. I thought we were a team. She told me once that her best friend was like a brother. I believed her. I ignored the way his hand lingered on her shoulder. I dismissed the inside jokes that didn't include me. For years, I played the fool. I told myself love was trust. I told myself loyalty would be returned. But loyalty is a currency not everyone can afford. The first crack came quietly, a late text lighting her phone past midnight, his name. A smile she tried to hide when she read it. Then his car, parked 2 streets over when she claimed she was out with the girls. I didn't rage. I didn't confront. I observed. That's the part no one ever understands. Revenge isn't born in fire. It's forged in patience. I installed cameras, subtle, tucked into corners they'd never notice, synced them to my phone. Every whisper, every touch, every betrayal, I captured it. The night I watched her kiss him in my kitchen, the same kitchen I bought with my money, I didn't cry. I smiled, because finally I had proof. I stopped being her husband the day I hit record. From then on, I was her executioner. I met with a lawyer, quietly transferred assets, closed joint accounts. She didn't notice, she never checked. I printed copies of the footage, sealed them in envelopes, one for her family, one for his boss, one for my safe. And I waited, because timing is everything. Revenge without audience is just anger. I needed witnesses, so I chose my battleground, our anniversary dinner. A house full of friends, wine flowing, laughter thick, the perfect stage. He arrived first, swaggering through my door with a bottle of cheap whiskey and eyes that darted toward her like she was already his. She followed, glowing, pretending not to notice how close he stood. I played the host, smiling, pouring drinks, letting them think they'd won. Then, in front of everyone, he said it. "She's better off without you." The line he'd been dying to drop, the insult sharpened just for me. And she, God help her, she backed him. "Apologize or we're over." The room went silent, everyone's eyes on me, the moment I had built toward. I leaned back, calm. "Over it is, sweetheart." Gasps, murmurs. She froze, confusion flickering before anger swallowed it whole. That's when I pulled out my phone, synced it to the TV, pressed play. The footage filled the screen, her lips on his hands where they didn't belong, their laughter while I was at work. The room turned heavy, friends shifting, jaws slack, whispers rising. His face drained to ash, hers twisted from rage to horror. I let it play, every second, every betrayal, until the silence was deafening. She lunged for the remote. I didn't move. "Don't," I said, quiet but sharp enough to cut through the noise. She stopped. "Get out," I told him. My voice wasn't raised. It didn't need to be. He stumbled toward the door, muttering excuses no one believed. She turned to me, tears brimming, reaching for my arm. "Please, we can fix this." I stepped back. "You chose him. You chose this." And then I dropped the final blow. The divorce papers. Already signed. I slid them across the table like a dealer laying down the winning hand. Her scream cracked through the room, but no one moved to comfort her. They all knew. The evidence was undeniable. That night, I walked out with nothing but my car keys and the weightless calm of freedom. The house, the accounts, the reputation, they were already secured under my name. She was left with ashes. People often ask if revenge is worth it, if the planning, the patience, the cold execution truly satisfies. I'll tell you this, when you've been betrayed, silence is agony. Action is oxygen. As I drove away, her words echoed in my mind. "Apologize or we're over." I smiled into the night. Over it is sweet.